All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to Autumn Willow's Doll Nursery. And today I have a story time. And it's a little bit stressful. This just happened to me yesterday. And I'm sharing this because I think it could be useful for you ladies watching out there. It's going to be like a don't make the mistake that I just made. So buckle up. Maybe get comfortable. Maybe have you some snackage and something to drink. I've brought 2 drinks because I'm the type that if I drink anything other than water, most of the time it just makes me even more thirsty. So I brought my water. And then my husband was telling me about this. He drinks these Celsius drinks all the time. And they're supposed to be good for you. But I love raspberry and lemon, and that's what flavor this is. And I'll actually put raspberries and lemons in a bowl together. So I'm going to try this, see what this is like. Because I feel like I'm going to need all of the drinks for this video. Yeah, that is actually yummy, and I don't normally find these drinks yummy. So, there's 0 carbs, 0 sugars, 0 fat. Sugars. Where's the sugar at? Because that's usually where they get you, right? I don't see anything saying the sugar. But does it say 0 sugar on the front? Says it accelerates your metabolism. 0 sugars. Interesting. No high fructose corn syrup. That is amazing. No aspartame, no artificial colors. 7 essential vitamins. Nice. Maybe this is good for you. I was skeptical. You're going to probably hear Kinsley whining and she just bumped the camera. She thinks she has to sit in my lap. And she can't get in my lap right now. I'm going to move some things here. Maybe appease her. Here, you lay down there. Make yourself comfy. Okay. Whew. You just lay down there, baby. I doubt she's going to let me by with this. I can't put you in my lap because then I can't change Moshe. So we have Moshe here. I'm everywhere, guys. I'm everywhere. All right. You're just going to have to remain calm and enjoy being on the floor for a minute. Okay. I have Moshe here. Ignore my nails because I still haven't done... She is just determined to knock this camera over. Here. You want to lay over here? I'm going to change him. I haven't changed him in a little bit. I think it's been a couple weeks since I've changed him. So we're going to do that. I've got the cutest little outfit here. It's a little knitted outfit. You would have seen this in a haul video, I think, that I did when we were camping. And this is the first time getting to put it on him. It's Janie and Jack. That's 0 to 3 months. So this is probably going to be huge on him because he's a tiny little fella. He's not my smallest, but he's almost my smallest. So, okay, we're going to get into the story time, and I'm going to start changing to see if I can do both at the same time. I had been watching a doll on eBay. It's a doll that I've wanted for a while now, and it's a bigger doll. It's a 32-inch masterpiece doll. And I was wanting a specific face and a specific hair and eye color. And the colors that I was wanting was brown hair, blue eyes. And that's not, I've noticed, that's not that easy to find. It seems like there's more blonde dolls than anything else. Look at this messy hair. His hair. I'm not going to do his hair this. I'll just put another hat back on him, but anyway. So I found the exact doll that I wanted on eBay. And I expected, she was bidding, right? And they didn't have a reserve, but I was expecting her to go, oh, you know, you see them go for a variety of different prices. But I was expecting this one to go for around $2,000. And don't get me wrong, I don't know a ton about Masterpiece dolls, but there is a doll similar to her online, and she's $1,800. But again, she's a blonde version, and you find them all the time. And so, not the coloring that I was wanting. So I was expecting her to go super high. But I was like, I'm going to follow her. I know we don't have the money for me to, like, you know, get or pay what I think she's going to go for. But I wanted to watch her anyway. And I watched her all week. Like, I caught her right as soon as she had come up. And I'd been watching her, and she was staying super low. She had gotten to, I think the highest was $98. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit baggy. I don't think I can tighten. Nope. That's okay. It's going to be baggy. But I thought, well, maybe you know, a miracle, and she's going to go a lot lower than I was expecting. And my husband said I could bid on her. And here's where, like, that was my intention. That's what I was going to do. But I was afraid to have hope. I was just set in my mind that she was not going to be that I was going to get outbid. And backstory on bidding on dolls. The last time I bid on a doll was to the end of 2022, I think. So it's been a long time ago. And it did not go well, and I was devastated. I mean, just devastated. And I said I would never bid on another doll. Never. And I didn't. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was so hesitant to... I don't know, I'm going to do that hat. I think I'm going to try that one. So hesitant to bid on her because I was afraid of that disappointment. That is huge. And it's bent up. I don't think that's going to work. This outfit's a little big. Look, his little hands. We're going to go with it though. Because I still think he looks cute. I guess we will have to go with this other hat. But I didn't... I said I would never bid on another doll. And I had not... Gosh, I'd had so many disappointments. And I guarantee you guys out there are probably screaming the same thing. You've probably had so many moments of discouragement and disappointment when either bidding on a doll or... not having the funds for, you know, the perfect doll comes out on the market, and you just, it's just a time where you don't have the money, right? And you get so discouraged. Sorry, I was taking another drink. And I've had that happen a lot, okay? And I am the type that gets attached so easily. I don't know if I'm going to use these or these. I'm going to try the big ones first. Well, so I go into this being afraid to hope for this doll. How does that? That's too big. Too big. And when it comes down to it, she's still at a really low price, like seconds too, right? And I type in my bid, and I'm watching the seconds go down, and I'm getting super anxious. And I have a million things running through my head, and one of them is I'm probably going to be outbid. The next thing is I am... You know, what if this is a mistake? What if this doll, I've never had a doll this big. you know, I've never had a masterpiece doll, and what if this is just a mistake? And like, so all these things. And I'll be disappointed. Either way, I could be disappointed. And I became paralyzed. I became so paralyzed with fear in this moment. And I watch as she just goes by. Like, the bid ends. And she went for $99. I would have won if I would have put in my bid, because it was well over that. I would have won. And it was just over that fast. And I was kind of in shock. I was at shock. I've never frozen up like that before. Especially, you know, having to bid on something or whatever it may be. And I've just never experienced that sort of, like, just bombarded suddenly with so much doubt, so much anxiety. And it was so bad that an hour before, like when she went down to like 59 minutes and I'm watching, like that's when the anxiety started to get really out of control. And I was hurting. Hang on, I'm going to have to pick her up because she's so fit. Okay. And you're not going to go over there with Moshe. No. We will, though, sit his little rattle there. Now, ma'am, if you can't sit here and behave, then you have to go on the floor. So my husband was sitting across from me, and I hadn't told him anything about the anxiety and all the thoughts and all the things, and I just couldn't face another disappointment. I didn't say a word. And he knew, like, the bid was ending in seconds, and so he was like, so did you get her? Did you get her? And I said, no, I didn't bid. And he thought I was joking. He thought I was playing a prank on him. And he's like, oh, come on, did you get her? And I said it again. I said, I didn't bid. And he's like, are you serious? Come on, just tell me, did you get her? And I put my hands up on my head, like on either side of my face. And I said, I froze. I didn't bid. And I think he was in just as much shock as I was. And I stayed in shock for a few minutes, and then I started crying. And you may say, oh, it's just a doll. Like, why would you have so much emotions? But the thing is, I'm not just a doll collector. I'm a doll mommy. And there is a big difference. And I've heard people talk about the difference before. And how there's so many more emotions wrapped up in adopting a doll when you're a doll mommy versus just being a doll collector who's making a purchase. I'm trying not to get emotional because that's not what this is about. I had let all of the discouragements, all of the disappointments from past dolls paralyze me in this moment. And when I was talking about it with a friend who was also a counselor, and she has qualifications, you know, in the real world, but then she's also she has a faith like mine. We believe along the same ways, and she is able to help me on a spiritual level as well. And when I brought it up with her today, and I was explaining to her how I felt in the moment leading up to the bid being over, she said, stop. Did you just pay attention? Did you hear what you just said? And I had said that I didn't want to go through another disappointment like I had in the past, and I said I would never bid on another doll. I had made that declaration. Our words have power. I believe in the Bible, and the Bible talks about life and death being in the power of the tongue. Our words have power. And I had made a vow that I would never bid on another doll. And when it came time to bid, without even realizing it, I was fulfilling my own vow. And I didn't bid. And I lost this opportunity. And she went for $99 plus shipping. I could have had her. And she just slipped through my fingers because of, the vow that I had made that I didn't even realize I was making. The fear, the disappointment, the discouragement. And we prayed through that, and I broke those vows that I came out of agreement with those, and we dealt with the disappointment, the discouragement, all of the things, and the fear that I had around being disappointed again. And I wanted to share this because I'm sure you guys have experienced, maybe you haven't froze during a bid before, but, maybe you've been afraid to hope for another doll. I don't know. I don't know what the situation may be. But I just want to say, if you feel like you have fear around losing the special doll, whether it's you don't have the money or you get outbid, whatever it may be, we need to, as collectors, as doll mommies, this is something that we need to deal with. Whether you're dealing with that through a therapist, whether you're taking that to God, whether you're doing both, whatever because I know we all have different faiths, we all have different beliefs, whatever the situation may be. But we need to be dealing with when these disappointments and discouragements happen and not letting these things take root. We need to be careful of our words and making vows, because we can set ourselves up for failure. And that's what I had done. I had set myself up for failure. So don't do what I did. When these things, journal through them, pray through them. If you've got to break some things off of you, if you need to pray through and come out of agreement with some things, if you need healing in your heart, God is there for that. And, I believe in the gifts of the Spirit. I believe in healing. I believe that our prayers don't just hit the ceiling, that especially when we have cultivated a relationship with God, that He is there for us. And I had been trying to do so much here recently in my own strength that I have just messed. I've messed a lot of things up. And God even gave me a dream showing me that I was doing things in my own strength and I had quit taking things to Him. And instead of dealing with it then and there, I was still like, okay, I need to deal with this, but I don't have time to deal with this right now. Why do we do this? Why do we do this? But if you're in this hobby, if you're a doll mommy, and you struggle with the disappointments that come along with collecting, adopting, whatever you've got to do to work through these things, to get healing in these areas, and to give these things over to God. Pray about them. If you fall in love with a doll, pray about it and lift it up to Him and have faith. I had just stepped out of faith. Simply stepped out of faith. And was doing everything in my own strength and wasn't taking things to Him. And don't do that. I think I hear my husband coming. Hi, darling. I'm doing a video. You want to say hi?
Oh.
You can say hi.
Hello, hello.
I am doing a story time.
Well, very good.
Do you have a cat sweater? Oh my gosh.
That's your cat sweater.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta show you guys this. Interruption. This is so cute. Oh my goodness. Look at this. It's even got little cat buttons. Do you see the buttons? Little kitty cat there. There's cats all over. I don't know how much of this you can see. And then it looks like on the back... Oh, wait. There's string and cats on the sleeves. And then... do this here. See the little cat with the string. How cute is that cardigan?
Yeah. You like that?
That is adorable. I cannot wait to wear that.
Chris says you're welcome.
Oh, I'll tell Chris thank you. That was so sweet. I was telling everybody the story time about yesterday and the doll fiasco. Woo!
It's all right.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All things work together for the good to those that love God and are called according to His purpose.
That's right.
So we rejoice in everything.
Yeah, so Jeff doesn't know because he wasn't here for it. But me and Ann worked through some of that today.
Oh, good.
And that's what I'm sharing with them.
Good, good, good.
What's this? Gosh, that smells good. Pumpkin apple muffins. Yum.
Yeah, your husband has a thing for wax melts.
He does. He loves wax melts. Oh my goodness. So, when we were praying through things today, Yehovah, that's what I call God. Yehovah. And Yah for short. He shared with us today that even though I missed out on the blessing that he had for me, it was okay because yes, the enemy stole that from me and I let him, but he is reserving. There is still going to be a blessing. He still has a blessing for me, and I have not totally missed out, and he's going to restore. So I don't know what that's going to look like. I have no idea. I'll keep you posted. But I do think it's important that we talk about these things, that we talk about the disappointments, the discouragements, and that we deal with them. And we watch what we speak over ourselves from places of being hurt. And we can get hurt in this. I mean, how many people in the doll community have been hurt just recently? I know when I was just starting to film for my channel 3 and 4 weeks ago, whatever it may be now, there was a big upset in the doll community, and there was a lot of hurt feelings, and it just goes to show that it's not even sometimes the disappointment of losing one of these little cuties. It can be, the loss of a friendship in this community. Maybe you've gotten close with somebody and things fall through, or a group of people or somebody that owns a website or whatever may hurt your feelings in some way, shape, or form. And I just really think that as these things come up, we need to deal with them on a spiritual level, on an emotional level, because all of this, I believe, affects our physical health. And that's another part of what went on yesterday was I started having a liver attack. I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And as we've been going through this journey of healing, I have found that a lot of my issues with my liver isn't just food related. That it really comes back to emotions. It comes back to trauma, fear, and anger, and different things that I was holding on to. And when those things get activated, I will start having pain in my liver. And I did yesterday. And I got sick. How many... And I would suggest, if you've never heard of, I'm not a doctor, but I know someone who is, Dr. Henry Wright, and he wrote multiple books, and they're wonderful. But one of them is A More Excellent Way, and he was a doctor, medical doctor, and a pastor, and they did thousands and thousands of case studies. And started seeing links between different emotional trauma and spiritual issues that connected to certain health problems. And amazing read. He also wrote Fear Overshadowing Your Life. the spiritual roots of disease, the spiritual roots of, I think he has one about high blood pressure. He might have one about diabetes. I can't remember. But I have 3 or 4 of his books now. And I can say that yesterday I definitely saw a link, and I have multiple times. Yesterday's not the first. I've actually dealt with some spiritual and emotional issues and received healing from diseases. I have done that before. Like, I am living proof of that. But I'm still on a journey of healing with my liver, and I noticed that when all of that fear came up yesterday and all of that anger came up yesterday, my liver was like, I was in pain, I was sick, like, and I had been doing fine. So there is a link there. And as collectors, as doll mommies, in a hobby where emotions can run super high, really, we need to find a way of dealing with these things, working through these things, releasing, forgiving. Sometimes we have to forgive others. Sometimes we're having to forgive ourselves. Like with my situation yesterday, I had to forgive myself. But working through it, praying through it, allowing healing is so important. It's been so important for me in this hobby. And I had been neglecting that. And I had been trying to do things in my own strength. So hopefully this video helps you. Hopefully this encourages you. And if you are someone who is struggling, there are people out there that can help. And if you are watching this video and you don't know where to turn, put it down in the comments. I can link you with someone that can help walk you through this. But I'm going to enjoy the little ones that I have with me right here. And I'm going to be thankful for every little one that's in my collection. And I will be hopeful for every little one that I believe Yeshua, Yehovah, may have for me in my future. Thank you for joining us. I hope this video was educational and blesses you. So we'll say goodbye. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.